Hey Brad, thanks again for meeting with me here again this year. Last year we were kind of talking, came up with some marketing ideas that are for you to ultimately help you guys out here on your first year into business here in the Rapid City area. What I'd like to do this year is kind of go over some things, maybe kind of dive into more analysis on some different things that you're doing online and some things that maybe we can improve online and kind of have an analysis there of your business online. Does that sound fair?
Yeah, it sounds great.
Okay, fantastic. So what we've kind of done is going through something that we call a marketing content review. Looks at a few things, kind of tries to build a strategy there for you for your online content, looking at different metrics. And what I wanted to talk to you today about is take a look at your website there, do some website aesthetics for you, some SEO metrics. I know we discussed last year that the website wasn't developed yet, but that was something that you were going to be working on here, and I see that it has been developed, and it it looks very good. Who developed your website for you?
Yeah, it was Johnson Controls.
Okay. Fantastic, and it looks like they've done a pretty good job on the website though, but maybe there's some things that we can take a look at that on the inside to see kind of how Google is looking at it. Sound fair?
Yep, fair.
Okay, we're also going to look at your dexknows.com conversion page because we did some marketing for you there last year onto Google, Yahoo, and Bing with our DexNet program. So I wanted to show you your conversion page right now and how Google actually will take a look at that and how people will look at that too when they click on your link to Google. We'll also take a look at some reputation management for you, look at some different listings and things that you currently have online and maybe you didn't even know that you had, this being your second year into business. So, and then also some things too about how we can possibly help that out. So taking a look at our market here in Rapid City, now you guys being from Colorado, you've kind of seen in the Rapid City area that there's a lot of dentists here, a very competitive market, very competitive area for dentists, and this being a growing market too, it's one of those things where there's always going to be new dentists moving in or buying up practices. It's exactly what you guys had done, buying an old practice there and turning it into a new one for you. So, but do you notice online here that every pinpoint right here represents a dentist? There's about 25 to 30 in the area right now that are showing up just on Google, and maybe 10 to 15 more that currently aren't showing up. And that's one of the areas too where you're looking right here, we're not finding you. So this is how Google is finding every business right now, and currently you're not being found. So that's what I'd like to discuss with you too, is looking at some SEO capabilities. This is our, we've kind of created a triangle per se of the internet pyramid system that we have. Now it's got different components here, all relating back to the advertising that you're doing online here and what the relevancy and importance is. So the first thing being the base, maybe your fruits and vegetables, if you're looking at a food pyramid, would be your website, how it's made, how Google will look at it, and ultimately how they will take that into account to raise your rankings up into Google from how your website is made, and if it's made in the right way, that will, doing on-site and off-site work, that'll ultimately help it. The search engine optimization is where we actually do the on-site and off-site work. On-site work being the website that's actually done on the site itself, the off-site work being where we're building links and everything into the site, doing some off-site work to build links and some articles and blogs that will link your site to Google to build that relevancy to Google as well. Taking into account the third thing, search engine marketing, which you're already doing with us, is the next most important thing. And it's all about building real estate onto sites like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. The more real estate you have on these types of sites, the better and more often you'll show up, and the better probability that you will have of being clicked on. So we kind of discussed this a little last year, but you notice right here when you're doing, I just pulled this search up onto Google here this morning, but we do notice a few different things, and we kind of discussed this last year with you, Brad. The different places that you will show up under Google. The top side here being the sponsored ad and the sponsored links, and I drew an arrow right to your ad that showed up currently right now for Area Dental Associates. So that ad will rotate in with the different advertisers that are currently advertising online, either with us or through another company or doing it on their own right now, in this top spot and in the sidebars. But where you're not currently showing up is in the map side. There's no map citation for you, and also in the organic side or the non-page search side. And that's an area of improvement that we can definitely discuss here, because 70% of the searches will go through to those unpaid links. You can't pay Google to be in there, but it's all about building trust and relevancy to Google with your site through different tactics and techniques provided to where you'll start raising in the search rankings there. So the next step being looking at your website landing page. Now you mentioned that Johnson Controls did the website for you. Do they do any, do they follow up with you at all for any updates or changes, or are you basically kind of handling the site yourself right now and doing a lot of the updates yourself?
Pretty much, yeah, handling stuff on our own, it seems like.
Okay, so there's really no oversight onto your site, would you say, right now?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. So one of the things that Google will look for is constant updates to sites, whether it be different content, different links, different things, different criteria that they will look for. But it always wants constant updating for the end user so that it can build relevancy onto the site. So one of the things, a few of the things that are good, it matches the brand, the look and feel of your business. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Yep. It has good info above the fold. Google reads top to bottom, so there's some good information here. A couple links, a paragraph, and then you have your pictures and your different pages, your landing pages right above the fold. And but some of the things that we do have opportunities for, and I wrote mobile ready on the strengths, but actually when I pulled up your site onto my phone here, it actually didn't come up as a mobile ready site. It's still, you kind of have to pinch and scroll onto the site to look at this information, and it's not a mobile optimized site. So that is an area that I think could be an improvement to you, and talk to Johnson Controls about really getting that site mobile optimized, and I'll get into that, why that's important here in just a second here. But some of the other things too is blogs and articles created about your industry. And do you blog at all, Brad?
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Okay. And that's, no problem, but you might want to think about putting an area for a blog. You don't have to update it on a daily basis unless you want to, but it's one of the things that really builds relevancy to Google is blogging and having that interaction with your current patients. So one of the other things too is links to social media, and I'll get into why social media might be important for your business too. But any backlink that you have from a Facebook or a Twitter or a LinkedIn will also help the relevancy of your business as well, and make it more trustworthy to Google. So some really good things on the site, but maybe some areas for improvement as well. When we dive into your website, I just wanted to let you know here, this is our detailed website metrics, and this kind of shows your quality score with sites like Google, Yahoo, and Bing here. Right now your quality score is 33 out of 100. What would you think about that right now? Do you think that's good for a small business, or?
Based on percentage numbers, it seems low, not very good.
Sure. And I don't want you to get freaked out about 33 out of 100. There's not a whole lot of small, medium-sized business websites that get more than a 50. So a 33 is actually not so bad.
Okay.
But, of course, building on some different things that you can do with your website, we can get that higher. So right now, there's 5 inbound links to your website. The inbound links will help its relevancy. There's some different keywords embedded: dental care, dental associates. Maybe you want to embed some more keywords into there, getting some more pages indexed to Google, Yahoo, and Bing. There's some different criteria that we can do. The domain age is 1 year, 9 months, so it's a little short, but you do have that domain name registered for another 3 years. So all of the green arrows up here say good, and there's one that's average, so it's a pretty good website. The page rank is 0 out of 10 right now, but again, with the optimization, that will bring a lot of the relevancy up and actually increase your page rank and increase your quality score as well as embedding keywords and doing some off-site work and also blogging. So, as I mentioned before, Brad, one of the things, really important things right now is for your website to be mobile ready. You want to be competitive, and the interesting thing is, your website isn't mobilized right now, but in a recent study, 70% of mobile searchers, they call right from their smartphones or their mobile devices into a website. So that's why it's so important for it to be mobile ready. You don't want people pinching and scrolling on their mobile phones, trying to find some information or trying to find your telephone number or your address. You want to have everything clicked to call, click to link, right into Google Maps. And one of the things that Google is looking for is because they want the experience for the end user to be a really great experience. They want Google to thrive, and be the #1 search engine. So if a website's not mobile optimized, they don't like that too much, and websites will actually be penalized by Google and go down in the search rankings, or maybe not even show up at all in a highly competitive heading like yourself in the Rapid City area, because the website's not optimized mobilely. So I think that's an important thing. Do you agree?
Yeah, sounds important, yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with that though, moving on here to your Dexnos conversion page, this is the page that ultimately people are finding right now when you're doing a search for dentists and you come across area dental associates. So there's, like I said, we put it on Google, Yahoo, Bing, YP.com, which is the largest internet yellow pages in the country, and it's getting a lot of clicks, getting a lot of traffic, but we want to make sure that, for those people who are clicking, they're having a good experience and you're getting all the information out to them that you want them to see. So I noted some good strengths. You got a great business description there. It's high placement right now when you're clicking on Dex or YP.com. You have your hours listed. You have a video embedded here too of a commercial that you've done, which is fantastic. Video is increasing in popularity, so you're gonna have some good success there. Some opportunities though. I don't know if you have testimonials from patients. Maybe it's too early to tell. But do you have anybody that kind of gives you maybe some good feedback when they're leaving, and has said some good things about the doctors?
Yeah, we've had actually quite a few.
Okay, well that's fantastic. I mean, and you guys have, are building a successful practice, and you want people to kind of talk about you as well, too, to your face, but also to new incoming patients that might be potential for you as well. So one of the areas that I saw for improvement there is maybe getting some reviews onto Dex or onto Google too. Google reviews are huge, and they ultimately will help your SEO as well and your optimization to them. But even if you can get some folks to write reviews onto Dex, just say, hey, on your patient form, or would you be nice enough to maybe make an account on Dexnos and write a review for us. That would really help us out a lot. And you might get some people that will say yeah, you might get some people that will say no, but ultimately I think if you ask enough people, they'll actually give you some really positive feedback and reviews. So the other thing I noticed too is that we don't have your new patient coupon, and I noticed you gave me a brochure, one of your new brochures that had a new patient coupon there of $50 off new patient visit to your insurance. That's something we can actually add on your DEX profile there to help the relevancy and for the end user who is actually clicking on there, giving them an incentive to actually go to you over, you know, another dentist that they might see on DEX or might see rotating in those searches onto Google here.
That'd be great.
Yeah, absolutely, and I can show you how to do that here when we're done going through this marketing content review. The other area too is visibility under social media. Do you use Facebook much, Brad?
Not well.
Okay, and yeah, a lot of businesses, I talk to, you know, a lot of businesses, and you know, I get a mixed feeling and a mixed review on Facebook or Twitter, but I think it is an important thing for a business to keep in constant contact with your customers onto Facebook, because there's a lot of people that use it, and the age demographic ranges from, you know, anywhere from 16 to, gosh, my mom uses it and she's 65. So it's really good to keep in contact with your current patients, and you know, it doesn't have to be a thing where you update every day, but maybe sending out a little reminder, because everybody that likes you and follows you, if you write different things about the industry or write different things about your practice, or even keeping people up to date on, you know, if your daughter got married, might just give them a little bit of thought into your business and keep that awareness up for you. Do you use Twitter at all?
No.
Okay. And that's another important thing, another social tool that I think gets underutilized here in you know, a rural market, but in places like Denver, LA, New York, it's really becoming a popular thing for news, and I can kind of show you how to maybe utilize Twitter to your advantage too, and even if you're not so familiar with it, we can actually link these two accounts up to each other, and I'll show you how to do that too, so if you write one thing on Facebook, it goes right to Twitter.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So, moving on here too, and looking at your visibility and online here, and do you notice the big old 115 right here?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you can see that, but that represents all the data location errors and things detected for you right now online. And I know you've only been here for a little over a year and taking over that practice, and maybe you look at 4 or 5 different sites to try to find yourself, but there's over 275 sites right now that have data information for you, Brad, and out of those 275, 115 have missing information for you. Maybe they have the doctors, the old doctors in there, maybe they have a wrong phone number, maybe the location is missing there, maybe it's even things like special offers or coupons which you want to get out there to your new and potential customers, that new patient coupons. So it's one of those things. This will also, if these location and data errors get fixed, it will also help your relevancy onto Google too. It all kind of ties in to helping your site grow and your site build relevance to Google. So we actually offer a program which helps you out with managing your visibility, even shows you things like social buzz and things that your competition might be doing as well. And we can go over that a little bit too, and how that might, you can utilize that tool to help you out. So, going through all that, you know, we offer a lot of these services and a lot of information we kind of covered, but you know, you might be asking yourself, why DEX? Well, DEX is a digital marketing powerhouse and we have a lot of tools at our disposal. We're almost like an advertising agency for small businesses with so many different options and marketing services that we have. But you get the backing of a national company with us, but you get the local attention from, you know, your local rep like myself to kind of go over, answer any questions. You know, you don't have to call into a call center. You get me, you got my cell phone number, but I have all of these tools at my disposal to really help you out here. So we're second only to Groupon as and how we compare in the digital world and how big we are. We're a small, medium-sized business partner. We have a premier partnership with Google, so we get certain perks that other, smaller boutique companies don't get. In 2012, we were Google's largest partner for small, medium-sized businesses. So I think we can really help you out in all the facets that you're looking to, gain in the online world there. So with our SEO too, we kind of discussed a little bit about how we're going to get you up in the search rankings and get you found too. Well, we partnered up with a company called Boostability, who's ranked number 2 in the entire country, and I think actually its data is a little bit old. I think they moved up to number 1 here in the country for top SEO companies in the United States. So we feel pretty confident that we can help you out in giving you all the data and the information and keeping you informed about what's happening in your business, any updates, and anything, any link building, keywords, blogging, article creation that we do on the back end of your website, and the on and off site work, and really keeping you at the forefront of knowing what's going on. And we can actually give you the transparency as well, showing you keyword rankings and all the information that we have done, so that we can higher your rank onto Google there and keep you showing up. And even if Google's algorithm changes, which they often do, making sure that we have you always informed about different things that's going on, and keeping your ranking up to date. So also looking at what we're currently doing too online. This is your year-to-date reporting from your online search engine marketing that we're doing. So we see some ebbs and flows, but it has stayed consistent here at for what we're currently doing. At least we're getting you to show up in those sponsored links where 30% of the people are searching right now. But I think there are some areas too where we can gain that real estate for you and get you, where 100% of the people are looking currently right now. So, but ultimately we want to reach those customers at all points of the purchase path. Attracting them with search engine marketing, getting the website up with search engine optimization. We have your print yellow pages ad, which we'll go over as well. And when they get there, when they find you, keeping them engaged with your website, building content on the website, keeping it relevant, keeping it live and fresh, and having that mobile website too. Getting that video on there too, like we had that DexNose profile. We need to get that on the website too as well, and I think that's something I didn't mention before, but videos work very well nowadays too, in keeping people informed about you. And then once they're engaged, securing those customers too, so they don't, leave. Doing things like keeping them informed on Facebook and Twitter, and maybe some text marketing too, which I think you said that you do with your HR company or software company too, but it's something that you keep right now for patients, but it might be a good marketing tool for you too, to get that coupon out there and keep them informed. So of all the services that we discussed here, Brad, what are you most interested in kind of looking at going forward?
Well, I guess it'd be, I want to make sure our websites, to be near the top, we got to be one of the ones. You showed me that where it was very competitive market, so I guess to make sure that we, have our local search come up in the first few looks.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we discussed a little bit last year about getting your new patients in here. You said that between 10 to 20 patients a month would be ideal for you. Is that still kind of the same here this year?
Yep, same. Can
handle that much growth? So.
Absolutely.
Great, great. So I think we have a lot of things we can offer you, and to get you to that goal of 10 to 15 to 20 more patients per month here for this next year. And other than that, we can go through exactly. I'd like to set up another time with you here, maybe early next week, where I can kind of come up with some ideas for you and go through some of my recommendations. Does that sound good?
Sounds great.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, Brad. Thank you so much, and we'll talk to you again next week.
Thank you, Derek.